We currently have a crazy deal going on over at poodlecfb.com. If you use code BACKTOSCHOOL, all lowercase with the number 2 in the middle, you get 50% off the annual plan. And if you use code BACKTOSCHOOL2025, again, all lowercase with the number 2, you get 40% off the monthly plan. That is the best deal we've ever ran over there. Make sure to take advantage. This is a locked-in grandfather deal, so if you lock yourself into this deal, you have it for the lifetime of your membership. So come check it out, sign up, don't miss out on the best deal we've ever ran. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Poodle back with another CFB 26 video. And today's video, I'm gonna be going over a few things that I thought sucked in CFB 26. Now, guys, I want to announce a special Black Friday deal. This deal will only go on for approximately 2 weeks. Today is November 14th. This will go on till approximately Black Friday and then be gone for good. This is a special on only the annual plan. This will be over 50% off. So go check it out. Type in code Black Friday, all lowercase, no spaces, Black Friday. If you just want the monthly plan, code half off will still be in effect, although I do plan to expire both codes shortly after Black Friday, with the Black Friday one being right on Black Friday. So best time of the year for consumers to enjoy some deals. So go check it out. Go check out code Black Friday. Gain access to the best place for college football 26 Dynasty mode. Guys, if you haven't been in there yet, it's going to blow your mind. The stats, the detail, the direct access to me and the admins, the Discord chat, all the spreadsheets, all the tools, all the calculators. If you're in a Dynasty that's been running for a few seasons or plan to play a lot of the year, there is no better place to be. If you want to dominate your league, come join it. Gain access to our guides as well. Don't forget, code Black Friday, all lowercase, no spaces, gets you the best deal ever on the annual plan. And if not, code half off will get you hooked up on the monthly plan. Go check it out. Don't miss these next 2 weeks, and then it's gone. Let's get into it. So guys, the first thing, I have a list of a few things that I thought were either A, overhyped, or something to be excited about that I think they either dropped the ball on, or there's more room for growth that I don't expect to see this year. So I'll start with the first one. This is one that if you guys have been playing Dynasty this year, you know it bothers you, and that's going to be the pre-order bonus. I think this was poorly done. Now, I will say there's some value to it. I think there's a lot of value to it, for it in offline leagues. I think the pre-order bonus was done wrong, and this is why. In every league I'm a part of, whenever we start a brand new season, a new league, or a new group chat of people, we try to put a league together, it's always the same thing. Pre-order bonus on, right? Pre-order bonus on. And then there's always like 1 or 2 people who are like, I didn't pre-order it. That's not fair. It's like, well, I mean, people paid for it, so people are arguing, you know, I paid for this, so 30 people shouldn't get it because you didn't do it, and the other people are just like, well, yeah, that's not fair. You're gonna get 100 more points than us. Now, you either start it and you kick those 2 people or they leave, or you just acknowledge you can't have it. Now, here's my problem with the pre-order bonus, because I do see that is unfair that my coach will have 100 more points than yours, but everyone knew it was there. You willingly didn't get it. Like, I'm not paying for that, so don't complain when you don't get it. But here's the bigger problem. I think that there was a better way to do the pre-order bonus. Instead of 100 extra points, it should have been 100 upfront points. See, that's a key difference that allows it to be universally accepted. So let's say your total amount of points you can get as a coach is 1,000, right? Let's use a straightforward number here, 1,000 points. Your ceiling's 1,000. So basically, if you started with 100 up front, your first 10 levels, you'd get no points from. That's how it should have been done, in my opinion, because now no one's getting an unfair long-term outlook. Everyone's going to reach the same threshold of level 100, 1,000 points, 52 packages bought, right? Let's just give out a number. With the extra 100 points, your coach literally will be better. Your coach will be more dominant. You might be able to tandem 3 different trees instead of 1 or 2. This just gives you a head start. I think everyone could accept, like, okay, fine, like, yeah, the people who pre-ordered can get their recruiting packages bought week 1 for better scouting bonuses. They can get their motivator all finished out so that they get the end of the season training boost and you don't. It basically gives them a 1 season head start, give or take, right? And then by the end of the first season, you're level 15 and now you're accruing points. You basically just get all your points up front to buy a few packages. I think everyone would have universally agreed. That's fair. That's fine. It sucks, but I'm going to save my 20, 30, 40, whatever the pre-order difference was. I'm saving my money. And I'm okay just grinding, because you'll get to level 10 by like week 10, by the end of the first season, depending on if you're fast, slow, fastest, whatever. I think pre-order bonus that way would have worked a lot better. I think the way they did it now, basically for everyone who pre-ordered it, all they really got was the game early, which I, as a content creator, is fine with me. But for the regular old average Joe, the dad, like I say, who barely could play early anyways, they may have been relying on this. Now, for offline leagues, I still think it's great for people who like to test coach builds and to put things together and just build a dominant CEO type, Dabo Sweeney type coach. I think that's a fun extra 100 points. But for a lot of online leagues, almost always we end up turning it off. This league turned it on because it's my Poodle CFB Discord league. So of course we all are Dynasty heads and most people have it. And even in that league, we had like 1 or 2 people who were like, this shouldn't be on. But we all paid for it. We're all Dynasty heads. We're trying to maximize coaching and testing here. So that is what it is. I think this could have been done better. And I think next year they need to keep things like that in mind. They can give you head starts, not forever long-term benefits over other people, because that results in fights and ends up being off. Most leagues I've seen have that turned off. I think this could have been done better. I think next year they have to reconsider how they do it. Maybe it's you get a tree unlock next year for free. Something that gives you some bonus. 100's crazy if some people don't get it. That's just my take. Something that was, I felt, promised and kind of under-delivered was a recruiting overhaul. Now, recruiting's great. CFP 25 recruiting was awesome. I have no problem with that. Shout out Georgia and Auburn, who are about to lose this recruit to me. I have no problem with the way the recruiting is, but I feel like they had promised a lot of like changes or like improvements to it, and it feels relatively the same. I will say recruiting does go a bit longer. Like I'm closing out recruits later in the year, but that's not exactly an effect of recruiting changes. It's more about the way they did abilities. So by making it so always recruiting extra hours took a long time to get, it just resulted with everyone having to fight with 50 hours, which results in a lot more recruits being closer and longer battles. And that's why a lot of these 5-stars are closing in week 7 or 8 versus in weeks 3 through 5. So it's not really like they overhauled recruiting. They really just maneuver some abilities around to make it a bit tougher to recruit, at least early on. Eventually you catch up. But I think that's one of them. And the other one I don't like are recruiting battles. I think recruiting battles are busted. Everyone on PoodleCFB.com asks me, okay, I'm here now. What's the secret behind recruiting battle? What's the sauce? It's like, there is no sauce. It's like glitched and broken. You just end up in a recruiting battle all season long a lot of the times, and until National Signing Day, you don't know who gets them. Recruiting battles are basically overtime. To give you guys in simplest terms, think about it this way. A game is 14-14, goes into overtime. This is overtime. Whoever scores the most to the finish line essentially is how it's supposed to work, but a lot of the time it just ends up glitched to the end of the season. It's just, there's nothing else you can do. Should I take off hard sell and put on send the house instead to like change it up? It's like, no, there's literally no sauce. It's just overtime. You keep going what you're doing, and if you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose. Now, of course, if you're outpacing them, that's great too. If you were almost getting there, there's moments where it works, but recruiting battle should have been better. There should have been something involved. Like, recruiting battle should have incentives, like blow out your next opponent. There should be like ways to accrue points. There should be a whole checklist, like blow out your opponent. If it's a cornerback, get picks. I think that would be so fun. If you're competing for a quarterback, right, and it's you versus Clemson, there should be like a list of incentives you can do to get your interest up. So it's no longer about your selling. Like, they clearly are in overtime. They want both of you. Make them feel like they're a fit. Throwing for 400, 500 gives you bonus. Throwing for touchdowns. Calling a pass-heavy scheme. The playbook. There should be things that you could do in a recruiting battle that influence it. It should go away from the points. Just going to overtime with points that breaks makes no sense to me. I think there's so many different. There should be a different set of pitches. There should be new things you can do. Maybe it resets from 0 again to like basically the top 8 level, but with top 2, and you have to redo the whole thing. You could bring them in for secondary visits, different types of visits. There's so much more you could do. Maybe there's a package for recruiting battles that makes you more competitive, but like a closer ability. There's so much more to do here, and I think they dropped the ball on this, but I think in CFP 27 they will take a step forward. But this is another feature that I thought just kind of sucked compared to what we thought it could be. Another question I get every day, where they could have done better and where they kind of, I feel like, overpromised, was commish tools. They did add a lot. I'm not going to completely kill them here. They did add a lot. They did add a lot of like wear and tear type stuff. They added max transfers per team. I think they did a lot for the year, but I think this is something that could be even better. And because there's a few things that still happen, like someone says, and this is age old, I mean, I'm not going to kill them for it. Like someone conceded the game at halftime in like a tie game and the score stayed, or this happened. Can we reset the outcome? You can't. 2K's had that feature for years. I don't know if it's buggy or it breaks the game, why they don't want to allow it. There should be a commish override tool for game results. I think that'd be so huge. Another one, because of the way the college football playoffs is, one bad, like in Madden, you have 17 weeks, right? One accidental advance, one accidental force loss or force win doesn't always ruin your season. In CFB, one bad force loss, like I forgot to give Clemson the force win, or an up-and-coming team like a Boston College is coming up and they're about to make the playoffs, and you sim and you forgot to give them their force win against an unranked team, that could drop them out of the top 12, top 15, top 25, and ruin their entire season. And because of that, it also could reset your grades. I know that's probably part of the reason why it's tough, trying to reaccount for grades in championship contender, but being able to go back in and reset a game, or undo an outcome and change the outcome could go such a long way, but I get it could probably break the top 25. I see the problems with it, but there needs to be something more there. I get asked all the time, like, there's got to be a way to fix this. Or I lost all my team in this one advance. Can I undo the advance? I don't think undoing advance is fair because then everyone else who's recruiting loses it. But I think being able to manually control schedules and doing a little bit more there helps. I think that creating schedules needs to be more intuitive. It is so annoying. You set a game, there's an error, there's an error, there's a contradiction, there's an error, there's a contradiction. I know why it's saying it. It makes total sense. But please just say there's a contradiction. Please see week 7 Ohio State against Baylor as well. Go to Ohio State, change it. There should be, when you go to pick a team for a week, they should all just be blurred. Like this game had, you can't even put that there. It should be so much easier to set your schedule. I hate setting schedules. It is so frustrating. The whole commish tools of setting schedules, conferences. There should also be like, if you put 12 teams in a conference, they won't, or 8 teams, they won't be considered Power 5. They won't get a guaranteed playoff spot. Putting a team here won't guarantee it. Must have X amount of teams to do that. There needs to be so much more. A lot of it's guesswork every season. I think a few commish tools go a long way in really improving this aspect of Dynasty. Transfer portal. I don't inherently think it's bad. I don't, but I do think it could be better. I want more from the transfer portal. The transfer portal just feels like watered down recruiting when the transfer portal in real life is such like an unstable and fun period of the year. I think the transfer portal needs a bit more. Obviously, I'm not in it right now, so you can't see much. I think the transfer portal needs a bit more. I think there needs to be like storylines, a storyline page like Arch Manning leading towards transfer portal. Like whenever a 5-star or 4-star or like 90 overall above recruit is transferring, there starts to be like headlines like 5-star recruit Caleb Downs set to transfer as of now. Like there needs to be more storylines, more excitement to it. I think the transfer portal should have different recruiting options, different pitches, different motivations, maybe a bit longer, not just place a visit, put your thing, see who wins. There should be special motivations in a transfer portal, like looking to, like instead of just pro potential, should be like strictly looking to make a national championship, looking to get drafted. And if you're looking to get drafted, it's only like 7 teams, like an LSU type, that will get you. I know in theory that's what motivations are doing, but it doesn't always feel that way, especially if you have strategists. I think there needs to be a more in-depth way for transfer portal to be a little bit more unique and more fun. Maybe there's like mini games, I don't know, camps. There's got to be a little something that just kind of gives you a little bit of sauce, a little bit of fun and flair to the offseason for transfer portals. It shouldn't feel like recruiting 2.0 but dumbed down. Like it shouldn't feel like 1.2. It's like an update. It's like a little quick fix is what it feels like at times. I think the recruiting portal needs to have a little bit more flair to it. I'm not entirely sure what that solution is. I'm not sure what they can feasibly like add to this game, but I think the transfer portal allowing you to do something a little different, maybe different pitch grades, maybe different approach, maybe an entirely different set of tools to utilize during that week. Maybe the visits are very different with how they work. I don't know. I just feel like it's very cut and dry. It's a very not unexciting period of the year. I would love to see more, maybe even poaching. Maybe they had NIL dollar, like a fab budget, like an auction, like in a fantasy, or they allow poaching, like being able to reach out to non-transfer portal players who are like are on the cusp of entering, waiting for a certain type of offer to see if you can pull players, but it requires way more hours. I don't know. I'm not sure what the solution is, but I think the transfer portal could have been done better. Lastly, guys, I know you all complain about it. I hear it every day. These grades right here, especially playing style, and what's the other one? It is, why am I blanking right now? Playing time. Playing style and playing time. Playing style and playing time are 2 that I see complaints about every day. It's like, wait, but I passed for 350. Why is it a C-? Wait, why is my quarterback leaving? I started the year with 7 corners on the team. Like 4 of them are graduating. Why is my 5-star corner transferring for playing time? That's something that needs to be fixed. That's a very big frustration for me. For instance, as LSU, I'm trying to recruit a 5-star quarterback right now, and I can only recruit 1, and the other one kept saying playing time, but I have Garrett Nuss leaving, and I'm only going to have 2 quarterbacks on the roster. How is that playing time? I get it, but in college football, having 3 quarterbacks on the roster is not absurd like it would be in the NFL. There's so many times where like I've had 5 corners who are seniors, and I've only had 1 freshman behind them and a sophomore, and I've tried to bring in like 3 freshman corners and keep saying playing time. It's like, yeah, but if I can't bring them in, I'm losing them. And then what's also annoying is in season, your freshman corner for playing time will be a red, and they're going to transfer out. Like you just got the team year 1, and like half your team's transferring out for reasons that you couldn't control. They should definitely hinder it in the first season from that happening because the roster came like this. But you'll have like 2 of your corners transferring and 5 graduating. It should factor in the fact that 5 are leaving and they're going to get their playing time. When they transfer, by the time they transfer into next season, this team's going to have them as starters. I think that and playing style needs to be a lot more specific. It needs to be very specific. Like, to improve this, throw for 350 yards. To improve this, change your playbook to a passing playbook. To improve this, you need at least 2 more sacks per game. Whatever it be. These need to be a little bit more specific, I think they should really be more specific about how to improve this. Maybe like weekly goals, things to hit to improve it. There's got to be something here. I think they could do a little bit better here. And again, CFB 25 was awesome a year and a half ago. A year later, we just want better. And I don't think I still think it's a great game. I still have a ton of fun with it, but I would love for CFB 27. They cleaned up a lot of, the thing with CFB 26 was instead of adding a ton more, they tried to clean up a lot of stuff that wasn't working too well last year. And I respect that. I think CFB 26 or 27 should now be a big focus on adding a bit more depth to certain things that could use it and improving certain things, guys. But that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, don't forget, code Black Friday, all lowercase, one word, Black Friday, gets you the best deal of all time on the annual plan. It's a Black Friday exclusive. It will be expiring as of Black Friday, so you have the next 2 weeks to use it. Make sure to check it out, guys. Remember, not only do you lock in this insane rate, it's grandfathered in. So next year, if you're still here and you still want to be kicking it and playing CFB 27, you'll renew at the same price. So make sure to check it out. And if you just want the monthly, make sure to use code half off. That will be running, but that will be expiring shortly after Black Friday. So make sure to lock these in. Big time of the year. Don't miss out on these deals, guys. I'm out. Peace.